Good morning. It's April 6th. This is Rich Posson for the Critical Point Podcast. Let's take a look at wheat. This is a daily chart of the July Chicago wheat futures, or the SRW wheat futures. Last week we were looking for a level 3 bottom. We said it dipped into the best of price target, but we also had second best of still lower. And we can see now it's rallied as of overnight here, up out of that best target. So it worked well. We're seeing the 5-day stochastic turning higher here for a buy signal. It's oversold, so it's supporting the model outlook. So long as wheat closes higher with a buy signal, then we think, yes, L3 bottom, and it's now already, though, time for an L3 top, meaning this buyer interest may last only a brief amount of time. So it can end any time this week. Now, granted, if it would take all of this week, it could move up a considerable amount. And this level 2 was top here a few days ago, was really only the earliest. So it's quite possible if it does take out that high, we'll still look for downside and just go for a second, but hopefully last chance for a level 2 top. We can see it's moving above the 5-day average here as of this morning. If it starts to take out today's low at 545 3/4, that would be problematic. That would help signal there's a good chance the L3 was over and done with, that it only took them a couple days to buy whatever they needed, and then they're going to go back to lowering the bids, and the seller may find themselves too long, and they've got to sell, and they've got to chase after the bid. All right, let's zoom out to the next larger trend. And the next larger trend are the intra-year or intermediate trends that reflect a little more of the actual supply and demand, a little more of the fundamentals, but the buyer-seller interest is still inside of that. It's a very strong component of supply-demand economics. Buyer-seller interest explains some of the emotion or lack thereof, and it can help explain why the market overshoots or undershoots the fundamentals. The buyer-seller interest brings in some of the psychology side and some of the fact that even if we're following fundamentals, we have to take care of business, whether it's running a terminal, an elevator, some kind of grain commercial business, whether we're a farmer or whether we're a speculator or a retail broker, we have to take care of business, and sometimes we will go against the fundamentals or sometimes make too big of a deal of them as we chase the market. Okay, at any rate, we said about 2 weeks ago, or at least 1 week ago, level 2 top, we are allowing for this week to be the latest for level 2 top. So again, we may see a better pop than we think, and then we're just going to see the market swing back lower into May. We think that'll have something to do with early harvest pressure or just flat out harvest pressure. We also think there's a lot of spread trading and ratio trading. Spread trading meaning it can be real spreads between wheat, corn, and soybeans. Ratio trading meaning you're using signals from a ratio, something like a spread, but you're legging in, legging out of spreads, or you're not even using spreads. You're doing different things in these different markets, but you're trying to correlate it with ratios. We think what's been going on this year is they've been more bullish wheat because they've been bearish corn and beans. In other words, they're not really that bullish wheat. They just need to buy something if they're selling beans and corn. It may be that once we get into May, they're going to change their attitude, that they want to think about a crop problem this year, and we get at least a weather scare, at least some little pop in corn and beans. We may yet see them actually sell wheat against that. Who knows for sure, but something to think about. At any rate, we do think the bigger move is actually down over the next 30 days or more, and the 5-week stochastic is approaching overbought, suggesting a chance for overvaluation, suggesting a chance the model can be right, that the bigger swing should be down here over the next few weeks. You can also consider we have a wide trading range here for this contract, and it's on the upper side of that trading range. It may yet swing down to the lower side of the range, meaning this preliminary price objective may actually be a little too high. That's all we have for wheat right now. Like we say, nice performance overnight, but concern really the bigger move over the next 30 days is down, not up. However, we may see some lingering strength this week, so just watch recent daily lows, weekly lows as triggers to sell if you're unwilling to sell on the way up. But we think the farmer should probably lean towards the sell side. Speculator can, of course, flip back and forth. At any rate, that's our forecast. No change in news and analysis. It seems like the technical and the model, just price only, is doing the best job of explaining things. Manage your risks relative to analysis of others. Thank you.